Welcome back, boys. Today we have toxic woman spends 12,000 at restaurant, then has a meltdown when man refuses to pay. So she spends 12K and the dude is like, nah.
A woman took 23 of her family members on a blind date to test this man's generosity. And, well, obviously it backfired because she was left
On a date, y'all. This dude took me on a date, and now he's trying to make me pay half of the bill. Let me see it since you don't want to pay. Let me see the things I can show them. Because this is embarrassing. No.
Pay, but you said I wasn't getting that.
But that don't matter, though. You brought me on a date.
Bro.
Stop that. What's wrong with you, bro? You tripping, bro.
Bro, you are making
No, I'm not.
Welcome back to Unfiltered. Today we're taking a look at attention-seeking women getting humbled, kicking things off with a woman and her kids who racked up over $300 on a first date while the guy sat there eating a salad.
No, cause your ass is tweaking. What makes you think you and your son can get all that food and not only got a salad, bro? Who the fuck told you I had enough for all this food, man? Come on, bro. You gotta think, bro. Y'all females be crazy as hell. Quick to spend a dude, all the dude money, bro. Okay.
Bro, she brought her son to the date just to get some fucking free food from this dude. What the fuck?
Everything's good, but I'm trying to figure out what makes her think her and her son can get all this food and not only get a salad. I ain't got that much money, bro.
That's what you wanted to eat.
Huh? Nah, bro. How you know how much money I got?
Why you bringing him in our business?
Cause I need his opinion. Is that right on the first date? She wanna come spend all my money up. I barely even know this girl, bro. I barely even know her. We only got a salad, bro. That food just came out to $100. You and your son. You see what I mean, though? Huh? First date.
That's
that
your
shit crazy, bro. It has been crazy. Bro, that shit too much, bro.
Speaking of kids, this next guy refuses to buy food for children that are not his.
I'm gonna get two.
You really,
I'm talking to the lady. I'm gonna get
It doesn't
two plates.
matter.
I'm not about to order for the kid.
That's not right. What do you mean?
I'm taking you out. I'm taking you out. I'm not taking your kids out. So I'm not ordering.
Nah, that's not how it works. So if you with me, you with my kids. It doesn't work like that. Excuse me.
Can I get?
Excuse me.
I'm not gonna order you.
No.
Bro.
What?
You want to fuss?
Nah, ain't nobody trying to fuss.
No. If a woman ever, I mean, I would never make this mistake, but if a woman ever brought a kid with her to a date with me, I'm gone, bro. I'm not doing that.
Bro, I'm saying you're gonna order my kids too. I didn't feed them because I knew we were coming to get something to eat.
You get the order of two.
I don't blame him, but this man refused to pay for dinner because his wife forgot her wedding ring at home.
What you mean? I forgot that. I did my hands. I forgot it. Well, you don't expect me to buy your dinner, do you? So because I did not put on my ring, you're not going to pay? Are you serious? No. You're taking yours off at me. So what should I do with this? You know, I did my hair and I forgot my ring. So that's no big deal. Okay. That's no big deal. You can even see it here. You see? It's already, you already see the line here. So there's no big, you can't say you're not going to pay. If you are not paying for me, you are not paying for them either. They have to pay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself.
You are not paying for me, they have to pay for their own food. You think maybe it got stuck in your hair? You can look at it. You can look for it.
Yep, he stood on business, but this next woman got mad because a man wouldn't pay for dinner since she wasn't planning on having fun with him.
I think I'm gonna leave, but like I need you to pay the bill. So I'm not paying the bill. Like
I can't afford to pay the bill. Paid on Friday. I was thinking maybe you just look out this time. I mean, you did ask me to come out to eat.
I didn't ask you. You asked me to come out to eat.
I sat here and pretended
This
like
is
I
so
cared
awkward.
about what you said for like an hour. I think it'd be respectful for you to just pay the bill.
Oh my god. I'll pay it just because like you seem like you.
How about you see if your sister can cash out you some money for us?
Are you being serious right now?
I'll cover the tip if you want to like.
If you have to
Hey, ask your friend to cash up or something.
tip, then I'm not gonna sit here and argue with someone about paying a bill. I'll pay it, but like that's so sad that you would like ask somebody else.
I'm not gonna sit there and argue pay the bill, but she starts to argue like,
Hey, then what's the big deal? Now come over here. Let me feel on it.
Up next, we've got a woman who said she refuses to go to Applebee's or Chili's because it's basically McDonald's.
What's a place that if the guy says, you know what, I want to take you out, we going out, let's go, and then he comes up with an option, what's an option that you'd say, nah, that ain't for me?
I mean, I don't do Applebee's and Chili's and Red Robin and places like that, but I'm going to definitely express that. And suggest
why? Why? Tell me why.
Because I feel like those places are just like sit down McDonald's. I don't think there's anything spectacular about the food. It's all stuff that they're just heating up in the microwave anyway. They aren't.
bro, who? Oh man, because who the hell is paying for this woman? Because for her to have those standards, there must have been some schmuck, some loser.
You go back in the kitchen at Chili's and Applebee's, they're not cooking back there. They're heating up frozen food. I could do that at the house. So let's go somewhere where.
All right, so I just want to point out, since we're probably not going to get sponsored by any of these people now, I might as well just say, you might be right, but like, Cheesecake Factory ain't no different. You just happen to like the Cheesecake Factory. So for you, it's a quality of food thing. What if it's not a budget issue per se then for you, it's a quality. So if there are a restaurant that costs just as much or just as little, you'd be okay with it. You just don't want to be in a chain restaurant.
Yeah, and I don't even know if it's necessarily like a chain restaurant. I just, like you said, I want somewhere where where the quality of the food is gonna be good. Like, let's enjoy. If we're gonna enjoy this date, let's enjoy the food. I'm a foodie, so clearly. So
are you willing to split the bill?
Then there's this woman with a laundry list of demands for men while she's out here shaped like a bucket of melted sherbet.
How old are you?
39.
39. And what you do for a living?
I'm a vice president of HR.
Hey, Sean.
Okay, vice president. Woo. You have any kids?
I do. I have a 22-year-old daughter.
Okay. Have you ever been married, Marley?
No.
What kind of man you looking for?
I don't date potential. So if you haven't figured life out.
Bro, why is it like, it's always like the older the woman gets, the more expectations she has. It's like, it should kind of be the opposite, you know? I think the younger the woman is, the better the options for her. But usually, like, these women don't settle down. They just keep going on the, you know, carousel until they're like, you know, 40, and then they hit the wall, and then they're done, bro.
By this point, I'm not the girl for you. I'm not gonna help you build. I'm not gonna help you become established. Come with something, because I'm coming with something.
Okay. Do you make a certain amount of money?
At least 6 figures. I just had knee surgery last week, so let's.
Oh, you can't stand up?
I'm gonna stand up.
Well, if you're in a situation, I'll give you grace.
No. It's okay. So I'm limping.
Okay. You got that. You had that booty in our face for a second. All right. Okay.
I think I come with all the values
She built like a Teletubby.
that men look for, you know, outside of the debate about being a plus size woman asking for 6 figures. I think that debate is crazy.
Wait, what? Okay. What debate?
It's going on in the comments. Being plus size and being 40 and asking for someone who makes 6 figures. Like, why would a man who makes 6 figures want to date a girl that's plus size? I'm like, that debate is old. Like, pick another reason why a plus size woman shouldn't ask or require things out of men that she provides. Like, my weight doesn't dictate my worth. So let's stop it with the weight comments. Like, let's be for real.
Now, this next guy made the headlines just for breaking up with his girlfriend after she expected him to pay for her entire birthday dinner.
A man dumped his girlfriend after she expected him to pay for her entire birthday dinner with all of her friends. He posted to Reddit explaining that he'd booked a table at a nice restaurant to celebrate his girlfriend's 24th birthday with some of her friends. He admitted to making quite a bit more money than his girlfriend covering the rent and utilities for their apartment. While at the restaurant, he noticed that his girlfriend and her friends were ordering some of the most expensive things on the menu. But he didn't think too much about it, figuring he would cover the cost of his and his girlfriend's meals while her friends paid for themselves. At the end of the meal, the waiter asked him if he would like to split the bill, and he said yes. The bill came out to a total of $1,185. The faces of his girlfriend's friends dropped as soon as they realized they'd have to pay for their own meals. His girlfriend then gave him the silent treatment for a full week after her birthday. He assumed that him not paying might be the reason, but he refused to believe she would be that shallow. She did eventually tell him that he had embarrassed her by not paying for everyone because he was the man and because he organized the...
Bro, the woman embarrassed herself. Probably talking about to her girlfriends like, oh my god, I have such a simp. I have such a loser. He's gonna pay for us all. And then she got fucking embarrassed because the man stood on fucking business and didn't pay for the all the fucking women. Like, what? How do you even treat your fucking man like that? Bro, get out the West. Stop with these Western women, bro.
Event, he was obliged to pay.
Get your passport and just find a woman, get like 10 kids.
But if his girlfriend expected him to pay for everyone, she should have made that clear beforehand. When he confronted her again about it, she told him that he needed to transfer the money that her friends had paid for their food, and then she would resume speaking to him. He broke up with her then and there. Just because one partner may...
Bro, she thought he was a trick, like he was a loser, Mark.
Earn more, traditionally take on certain roles, it doesn't mean they should automatically bear the financial burden of social events. Instead of assuming, financial expectations should always be discussed and mutually agreed upon. What do you think? Should the boyfriend have paid for the entire birthday meal?
And speaking of reality checks, here comes the classic Godfather laying the verbal smackdown on another entitled woman who thought she was bringing wife energy.
And the problem is, most of you ladies look at your chances on the market as far too high. I mean, would you marry a man who's making $45,000 a year? Why is this big pause?
I mean, close to it, sure. If he had ambition.
No. See, there's always an add-on when I ask these questions. I said making $45,000 a year. He's happy.
Making $45,000 a year, that's a stable job. He will continue to make $45,000 a year, and you can plan around that. These women will never accept that. You need to make like, okay, 100,000, 200,000, $500,000, $1 billion. There's some women that are like, I want a billionaire. Listen, these women, I don't think they have much clue about financials really. They just pull these fucking numbers out of their ass because that's kind of the consensus of the like sheep herd of like bullshit.
Making $45,000 a year. He's going to make $45,000 a year. He's not trying to be president. Excuse me?
No, I couldn't be satisfied with that. That type of complaint you would see.
Then you screwed yourself. Listen. This is what the video I'm about to upload, and this happens over and over. Every time I ask, the average black man is single. 51% of black men are single and childless. 64% are in the middle class. The average black man in this country earns $42,000 a year, $41,000 a year. And the average white man earns $52,000. There's an $11,000 difference between black and white men. So most men earn around $50,000. And what you just said is fully half of the country of men of all races are insufficient to a woman who's older with a child. That's insane.
I'm okay with 50,000 if he has desires to make.
No, you're still, and this is womanese. What this means is I can get him to make more. That's womanese. What she's saying is, I will take it as a starting point, but I'm going to continue to push you to try to become more. And no, ma'am, most people cannot.
I can't even imagine how they nag. It's like, why aren't you making more money? Why aren't you making more money? What happened to that business? Like, I don't know how the fuck they nag even. Oh, man.
No. Make more. That's the median income. And this is you asked for a solution. I said the solution is to lower your expectations down to reality, because so many of you ladies.
Older woman with a child. Bro.
These are just insane with this.
Now this next woman has expectations longer than a CVS receipt, but won't even hit the gym.
Some things I expect a man to pay for while I'm dating him or we're in a relationship. All dates. Like, sir, you're courting me, you're dating me, like, you should be paying for the date. I don't pay for dates, so what are we doing here? Why would you ask me on a date if you're not gonna pay for it? That doesn't make any sense to me. Now, I know you don't want to look at my crusty nails, and my nails are never crusty because I'm a model, so I have to get my nails done for shoots, and I usually upkeep my nails once every 2 weeks, so you gotta be able.
A dude is not gonna take responsibility for you to fucking take care of yourself and pay for yourself, man. Take care of yourself. What is this? Nail, hair, Uber, wax, rent. It's like, do you want to be a child again? It's like, what the fuck is this? What happened to being what happened to taking care of yourself and being fucking independent and all that shit?
Able to afford my nails to be done once every 2 weeks. You just have to date me. Honestly, when it comes to hair, I have that wash and go hair, but still, products are expensive.
I just want to remind you guys, there exists women out there that are they get almost angry at you. They get angry at you for spending money on them, on the woman. It's insane. If you ever experience it, it's like, why the fuck did you just spend money on that? And you buy something for the woman, or in a situation, and they kind of take care of your money. They keep it safe, you know. They try to find discounts and coupons and all fucking bullshit. They try to keep your money safe. They try not to spend it. And then this is what you get in the West, bro. Rent, Uber, hair, nails, existing.
Expensive. My conditioners, my leave-ins, my detanglers, my co-washes. Hair is expensive. So I'm going to need you to front the bill on that.
This has to be rage bait. Is this fake? Please tell me this is fake.
You need to help me out. Now, if you guys don't already know, Ubers are a given, a must. I do not pay for my transportation to these dates. You must get my Uber. That is just the standard. I don't like looking like a bush monkey, so waxing is a given. I feel like nobody wants to see that. So, yeah, you got my wax, right? You got my wax. Now, further down the line, I'm not talking about the first few dates, but eventually you're gonna have to pay my rent. Girls got bills to pay, and I am too feminine to pay for myself. So, I do that now, but if I'm with you, why would I pay for my own bills? Ugh, no.
Then we got a girl whose face is 90% metal, talking about she's a 12 out of 10.
Okay, ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Go ahead.
I think I'm a 12. Yeah. 7.5, 8.
I'm a 7.
8.
8. 7.5.
8.
Okay, so you're a 12.
Yeah.
I love your confidence.
Is it confidence or delusion?
It's definitely confidence, I think. I think that
Probably.
I am the most prettiest girl in the world.
You're 25, right?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be more attractive in 10 years than you are now?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be more attractive in 20 years?
Yeah.
30 years?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're just...
No, I'm a magic
So
person,
you'll be
right?
55. Yeah,
like
okay.
a manifestation baddie or whatever you want to call it. I feel like I've been manifesting.
I think she manifested some mental illness. What the hell is this, man?
That I just keep getting hotter, and so whenever I look at myself, I just feel like I'm getting hotter.
What about when you're 75 in 50 years?
Be honest. Probably just the same, honestly.
Bro, you're delusional.
Oh, yeah.
So, can you walk me through that flip and what happened?
Okay, so
Yeah.
my hair might have fallen out.
Yeah.
I have extensions, but I just did too much in the flip.
Oh, look at this Power Ranger. Go, go, Power Ranger. Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Crackosaurus.
Crackosaurus.
Let me see your move. Crackosaurus.
Next up, this girl had plenty to say about the ratchet crowd in Miami.
Miami, my God, or South Florida, the women here are and I lived in LA for 11 years. And it's so funny. People always say people in LA are so fake. The girls are just after the money, da-da-da. And I'm like, have you been to Miami? everyone, like you, like I felt so bad. Like the women here are like almost gross about it. I'm gonna go and say this might be controversial, but they're like gross about how much like they expect the man that they haven't even met yet to pay for them. Like the amount, like I get it. Okay, you're going out, sure, first date, but now it's, oh, he's taking you out to it better be a cabana. It better be a Michelin star. It better be like literally.
This is the only city I've ever been in the world where you invite a girl to come on a yacht and she goes, well, hold on. How big first? How big?
Literally, you know, I grew up in Palm Beach. Like, I get it. I'm not an outsider, but it makes me feel weird. I'm just like, yo, like, so you're probably.
But this next chick straight up cheated on her boyfriend because he didn't make enough money.
You're a loser.
Wow.
How am I supposed to be with you when I got these men all the time in my DMs offering me luxury cruises, mansions, all this different stuff, and then I come home.
This is why I've been saying social media use is the most important thing to fucking look at.
To you playing video games in your underwear.
It was good when we first started dating.
That's 7 years ago. I've grown as a person, and you haven't. I've outgrown you.
Wow. So after all these years, you have to tell me that about getting pregnant by another man? We couldn't separate for you. We couldn't have this conversation.
I mean,
before we got to this part.
Things happen, but
I had to find out you was pregnant.
You weren't taking care of me.
That's low.
You were not. The bottom line is that you were not taking care of me.
I'm a hard-working man.
I went into another man's arms.
I'm a hard-working man. I gave you everything you.
Get out the West, bro.
Ask for me. What more you want?
I'm in here splitting half of these bills. You're not taking care of me.
The rent is $4,000.
So? A real man could pay that $4,000.
A real man can pay.
And then some. I should be in the hills somewhere.
Then we've got this one who decided to go on a mission to find out why guys keep ghosting her and found some harsh truth.
Halloween reminds me of ghosts, and ghosts remind me of guys that I've been on one date with from Tinder. I've been thinking lately, what happened? Why did these guys ghost me? Are they in a coma? So Tinder ended up sending me over a survey I can send to guys that have ghosted me to find out what went wrong with them. It says, check all the reasons you ghosted. Apparently, I talk too much. They met someone better than me, and I was just kind of off. The moment they realized we weren't a match was after I had one drink. Okay, obviously that guy was insane, so I had to send this to a new guy to get more accurate results. It says, please check all the reasons you ghosted. He said his friends are scared of me. Why would his friends be scared of me? What was the moment he realized we weren't a match? I kept trying to convince his friends I've been possessed. Okay, that doesn't sound like me. Except completely unrelated, something I just now thought of is sometimes when dates are going really bad, I pretend like I can speak to the dead. It's just something I do. But again, I feel like this could be for anyone. Like, did I get the wrong surveys back?
But the next clip is a straight-up masterclass on how opportunistic some women can be in relationships.
I want your decision regardless of what just happened.
Do I go with the safe option or the one
Oof, he just said like a brutal reality. Most women are like that, by the way. It's like there's the safe option, which is like, oh yeah, this route, boring, predictable, whatever the fuck. And then it's like the dude she actually wants, you know? Yeah, a lot of dudes don't, a lot of dudes refuse to, you know, accept that. They're like, oh my God, women don't think like that. They're fucking Disney princesses. Good luck, bro.
Gavin, you are going to make your decision. 2, 1. Daphne. Let me tell you what, absolutely not, darling. Thank you, Dad.
I kissed a guy, and he goes, I can feel your lip filler. Oh, yeah. And I said, oh, and then continues to touch my lips like this.
If your boyfriend is liking or following a bunch of half-naked girls on Instagram or TikTok or any social media platform, please leave him.
Hey, this is your Instagram, right?
It's really funny that you hold that opinion when, you know, yeah. Rules for thee, not rules for me.
This debate.
I don't want
And I think you're a little bit.
that
Wait, stop talking. Listen, next time you talk, you have to raise your hand, and maybe I will allow you to repeat your question.
Damn.
But for the time being, you be quiet.
Then we're back to Kevin's show for a fresh helping of humility.
Married?
No.
Do you want to be married?
Yes, I do.
Do you want children?
Yes, I do.
Do you think your husband will be a musician, an actor, or an athlete?
Yes, I absolutely do. What? Yeah, I know for a fact. That's the men that I be with. So.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
No.
Yes.
No.
Those are the kind of men I attract, I be around. My resume kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do too. Like,
yeah, your roster
Yes.
is nice, but you got no wedding rings.
No, but they got NBA rings.
Cause you're a side chick.
Now I know this next one is technically a skit, but let's be honest, it's too accurate.
I've confirmed it. My husband no longer cares about me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up in a really bad mood. And I wanted to talk to him about it. So when he asked me the first time, he said, "What's wrong with you? You're acting like you're in a bad mood or something." I said, "No, I'm fine." Okay, so then he asks again. He was like, "No, I can tell something's wrong with you. What's going on? Is there something wrong?" And I said, "No, I'm fine." And then he never asked me again. He never asked again. And what really hurts the most is that I was going to tell him on that third time. I was going to tell him the third time that he asked. And then he just must not care.
Bro, these women play these stupid games, man.
He must not give a single what's wrong with me because he didn't ask for the third time. He did not persist with the questions. He asked twice.
Hey, just tell him the first time, okay? Just tell him the first time, and you'll be good. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna go lay in traffic now, okay?
Then we have a woman trying to psychoanalyze her man like she was Oprah, but he checked her real quick.
Yeah, you're full of anger.
Because you flog yourself for being vulnerable.
Oh, would you stop it like you have some sort of psychology degree?
10 years in therapy.
So what? I've watched football for 40 years. I shouldn't be somebody's coach.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not your therapist.
Then you're going to like superimpose your issues of the psychos in your life onto me. It's like alcoholics. They just always like, oh, yeah, you're drinking. You're drinking. You must be like me.
Yeah.
The whole world, because they're addicts. So they're so self-involved. The whole world has to be like them.
And here's a girl getting...
Oh, yeah, it's always like some kind of like childhood trauma or some kind of fucking daddy issue or mommy issue or like some kind of fucking childhood trauma bullshit they bring up. It's like
rejected left and right because of her face piercings.
You're just not my type, you know what I'm saying?
But like, why? There has to be a reason. Yeah,
holy. You know that thing stinks.
Everybody's type. So like, why?
you know those BBLs. They sit down. Fucking gas everywhere. It's oh man, it's like they gas everybody, bro. It's like dead man stink, bro.
Face, I like your swag, you know what I'm saying? I see you with the Louis, ain't nothing wrong. You dress nice, but I take the face kind of serious, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you do things to your face, it kind of like, I don't know. It's cool, but like it's certain things on your face, like the cheeks is personal what you do, but just not for me.
But this next bimbo tried to take on Andrew in a debate and got absolutely destroyed.
See them working on oil rigs. Those are extremely high-paying jobs, way higher-paying jobs than being a coffee barista. There's no more barrier for entry. Why aren't they crossing over? There's a couple of reasons, like might be raised in a household where they're taught, hey, that's not a very ladylike thing to do. You should focus instead on like, taking care of children. That's really weird. Is photography a ladylike thing to do? It's not necessarily ladylike, but it is highly rewarded. Yeah, here's what's so interesting to your argument. Photography is not ladylike in any way, shape, or form. So your argument of, wait a second, they're told that X thing is not ladylike. It seems that women will ignore this isn't ladylike if it leads to a lot of money. If it leads to a bunch of money, suddenly it's not ladylike, we can put a big X through it. So if we can put a big X through, doesn't seem very ladylike because we will compensate for that with money. Why the they go do that with other jobs? Is it because they can't?
Now we've got someone claiming she wants a Christian man while dressing like an IG bop.
I think the problem is with modern dating.
I feel like people date for so long and they will just never get married, which is just pathetic.
I'm an alpha woman.
Next, we have a guy dropping pure truth bombs about modern dating, and he didn't miss.
I hate when women say, "Oh, my last used to take me out on 5-star dates and buy me all type of and designer bags and designer."
Then go back to him.
Designer shoes and take me out on big trips and pay all my bills and give me money. Why you don't go back to that? Huh? Why you don't go back to that? Go back to that, bruh. You dating a whole new. Explain what your last. Obviously, you still miss that. Go back to that.
If he was so perfect, how the fuck you lose him?
Because it's a new game. You gotta start over from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Women don't date to start over fresh. They date to pick up where they left off. That's not how the game go. My goodness, bro. And that's why a lot of women be saying like, oh my God, like, I gotta work. Yes, it's a new relationship. I have a job. You go get a job. I'm not the same that you used to date. Like, what the?
Taking your kids on a date with a stranger is so irresponsible. Oof. Plain and simple, as soon as a woman brings another person, the date is over. What would you even go on a first date with someone who's brought friends, family, or unruly children? If a date shows up with anyone, I would just walk out without saying anything. Remember when a date was a pleasant interaction, not a conflict zone? Yeah. The thing is, like, bro, why the fuck would you do that? I'm giving up on that shit, man. Oh, bro, if I'm gonna do that, I'm going overseas. I don't give a fuck anymore. Oof. Anyway, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I catch you boys on the next one. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Take care of yourself.